telescope. My vision, television, telling lies to my vision. Crazy thing called intuition. Never afraid to jump the rope, never freeze, don't choke. Emotions can be manipulated, so don't be emotional. Take the lesson and hope to grow, speed up the flow. Ramadan fasting, my energy everlasting. My gun pop is blasting, your whole bop she smashing. No wedding, we crashing. I pull up in the Porsche, I'm flashing. I speak.
We're like butter. We're on a roll.
Welcome to All That Jazz podcast. I'm your host, Jazz, and today we have a very special guest in the building. His name is
Gabriel Hamilton. I'm the artist formerly known as Soze. Pleasure to be here on All That Jazz podcast. Thank you to everybody and all the fans out there. Pleasure to be here.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Career path wise, I'm a stagehand. Do a lot of music. The biggest thing in my life is family, but my main priority in terms of work life is music. Everything music. Staying close to the industry, anything that I can do.
I definitely understand that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Do you believe in a creator, yes or no?
Yes.
Elaborate.
I have to believe in a creator because I am here, because I am present. I believe to deny certain parts of the reality is a little ignorant, or just kind of shakes you a little loose of your roots, kind of in an unnecessary way. Whether it be your parents that created you, whether you believe you come from the soil, I choose to believe in some form of roots. You do as a human have the choice to discard all roots. And I just believe that can be uprooting.
Okay. What do you think about love? That's a big one.
That is. What do I think about love? My thoughts on love are a little adjacent from my feelings on love.
You just threw me off there. Let's dig into that. Let's talk about the difference.
Okay. My thoughts on love aren't the things that I believe my feelings should be about love. I would like my feelings, and I believe that my feelings about love and the harmony that I believe that they bring and the community that I believe that love brings is paramount because I feel that way about it. However, the actuation and the actual thought process that I have about love maybe borderline insanity. Maybe borderline.
Okay, so you have to elaborate on that.
I'd be honored.
Okay.
Those of us that are truly in love, those of us that are truly willing tooth and nail to fight for love, really willing to go in there and be warriors for love, we're losing a lot. And I can't honestly say that we are certain that we are getting a return for a loss. I can't say with a certainty because on the guides of love, there is no certainty in that. If there was certainty, said sacrifice to earn love wouldn't happen. Because you would be given love and then it would be gifted. It wouldn't probably resound as much. But just to stick on the topic, love itself, the feeling I believe is it can be tied to euphoria. It can be tied to extreme pleasure. However, when we're thinking in the actual health of the thought process of that euphoria, I don't believe that the thought process in itself is such a healthy aspect or the same type of beauty as the euphoric aspect is. I believe that it becomes more of a addictive, insatiable aspect to seek after something that may be it may be destroying you in such a beautiful way. Love is something that we give ourselves to. I know that if I let my wife love my children the way that she would like to love my children will destroy my wife. I know that if she gives what she really, 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 the potential and full potential of her heart, what she really wants to give to other people, she'll destroy herself.
So you don't feel that love is something that you should give your all? Or do you think that there should be limitations there and boundaries? Or what do you think about that?
I do believe, fortunately and unfortunately, there should be limitations and boundaries on all things. I believe if you're not prepared to put up a limitation or a boundary in all things, then you're risking addiction in all things. It is possible to be addicted to something positive.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I know of individuals whose biology has been so changed that their unfortunate biology is addicted to water. So to where you may see a gentleman hankering under a sink for a droplet of water because his electrolyte system and salt system is imbalanced. So he gets drunk off of a droplet of water. These things are possible.
Wow.
So chemical imbalances. I'm not saying people that are in love are crazy. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that what drives us. And I don't believe personally in right or wrong on those things that drive us.
So where does the spirituality aspect exist in a romantic relationship?
That's heavy. Now, since I've been going so gravitationally and biological based and just God based or these things, I'll stick in that vein. I believe it is heavy gravity. I believe it is heavy equal and opposite reaction. As I was talking to the gentleman on the couch about, it's what you are attracting is also what you're negating. So if you're pushing something, you're also pulling away from other things as you're pushing. If you would like to achieve the path of greatness, say goodbye to people.
That's true. I heard that on like a motivational podcast. They're saying, like stop taking calls until you get your goals accomplished.
Solidarity, it has its benefits.
I agree. So when you're in a relationship,
yes, ma'am. Get me right.
How does that spirituality aspect, like where does that exist, or how does that impact the relationship?
I believe it does exist. I do believe it does exist. And even though I might have hesitated in the first question to maybe dive into the spirituality, I do believe the spiritual nature is a little more palpable when you have those two persons parent. When you do have those two gravities that are either causing that friction or vibrating in a coherency, I do believe you have so much stronger energies that are a little more quantifiable than sometimes asking, okay, what does this person do by himself? Or how do these energies function in independence? I do see the energetic purpose a lot more when you do see, in particular, and I'm going to go out and say it, a man and woman functioning in harmony. Okay. I do see that. And I the term spirituality, I kind of evade a little bit just to kind of keep everything open-ended. However, there is something that starts to fold spiritually, and you start to feel that when you see things like the family unit, when you see things like a man and woman really diving into each other, you do start to see certain anomalies gravitationally, and love is one of those gravitational anomalies.
Okay. So monogamy, polygamy, or polyamory?
Ouch! Oh! Who's writing these? Who's writing these?
I did.
Oh, personal opinion?
You just, yeah.
Or,
what pick
wow.
one?
Oh, pick one. Here we go, gang. Real answers. Polygamy, of course.
Okay.
Because I'm pompous enough and stupid and arrogant enough to think that I can manage it. However, I'm also the same mortal that probably can't manage one woman.
Okay. So why didn't you go with monogamy or polyamory?
Always been a man that bites off more than I can chew.
Okay. We'll just leave that there. I'll go to the next question.
Indeed.
Favorite quality in a woman?
Ability to be transparent through communication.
So honesty?
That is not what I said. I love that.
Transparent in which ways?
Transparent in the deepest, not deepest form of herself, because she doesn't need to give me that every time, because I may not as a man be able to handle that. Transparency in a form that is deep enough to where she's releasing a burden on conversation and not just maybe going through a stylistic. A lot of our women, when we say, how are you doing, pretty lady, whether we hold the door for her or not, she's going to say what? Good. She's not going to tell us the truth.
Do you really want to hear the truth?
I'm not ready to, which is what I gave you my transparency on at first. But what I do need is her transparency. Boom.
So you want her to tell the truth, even though you said you're not ready?
I want her to be transparent. I don't want her truth. I have to keep choosing that word. I have to keep choosing it. I know, but I'm right with you.
My head is blown now because
I know.
You're saying you don't want the truth, but you want the transparency.
Yes, ma'am.
Are those like not?
They are adjacent. They are not the same. No, which is why I'm on purpose choosing them as different. So, me telling you my truth in the aspects that I know is true, it would take a long time.
Okay.
You asking me a question and me giving you a transparent answer would take no time at all.
So a transparent answer would be good, or would it be like elaborating on the...
It wouldn't be any elaboration. It would be her being transparent about her reality. So if June is not doing good today, then, oh, ma'am, how are you doing today? Not so great. Fantastic. Or not fantastic. But that is a transparent answer.
Okay.
I'm not asking you, how are you doing today, to hear the life story that led you to said point.
And you
Z.
feel like that would be more closely aligned with truth, whereas you feel like the transparency is like it could still be, kind of a short answer, but just
for like what most people would call be real versus give me an honest answer.
what's the I don't understand the difference.
I'm only giving you a connotation, and this is what sucks about kind of the last show that you guys were having, the difference between masculinity and femininity. I'm not really serving it up in such a masculine way or a feminine way. I'm trying to serve it up in a way where, yeah, this is how the difference of verbiages are, and they literally mean different things, but it's confusing as shit. It's confusing as shit. But you're getting it.
I'm not.
You're getting it.
Okay, so
Go. Truth is not transparency. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you know that makes sense. You know that makes sense.
No, I don't.
But
because if you're transparent, there is honesty in the transparency.
It is within. However, if it is without, is it not?
Oh, you mean like transparently being a liar?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I think I'm getting a little bit more.
I can be an open liar.
Yeah. So that doesn't necessarily mean truth in that.
Exactly.
Okay. You're so smart.
No, we're smart now.
Okay. Thank you.
You stop it. You better stop it. You better stop it.
Okay, wait. Did you answer the... Okay, yeah. You said favorite quality in a woman is transparency.
Yes, transparency.
Okay.
Because it's a certain, but it is particular.
Okay.
You see, June, I'm that specific. As it
Right.
was just for us to have that conversation.
Okay.
I am that specific because it's like the verbiage and the way that we verbalize things in the conversation that you guys were just having. I believe that truly is the root of how we start to drive the differences of male and female, bro. It starts to become, I hate to say this, but it starts to become the way you articulate and speak out into the universe. We choose different verbiages because we allow certain wiggle rooms between those words. You'd say maybe love more so than respect, more so than honor. However, we mean the same things. But me as a masculine figure is going to pick 20 words to say what you would say in 3, because yours are 3 feeling words and mine are 20 meaning words. I'm not more masculine than you are female, or I'm not more female than you are masculine. I'm just a guy that uses more words kind of thing. That's been donned to teach and train and keep giving you words and junk.
So do you think, because when you said that actually threw me off a little bit, because I do think from what I've seen, I feel like a lot of times men can be more simple with, the things that they say. And me specifically, and I don't know if this applies to other women, I want like all the detail. So is that maybe are you that way too?
I'm not that way.
Because you said you would use so many words to, get something across, whereas you're saying in your experience, women would only choose maybe a handful.
I am a ladies' man. That's just my truth. So at the end of the day, I have designed this persona to be somewhat long-winded, to give those thoughtful answers to people. I've used my femininity as my greatest weapon to minister to my brothers. Just like I'm using my femininity now to minister to you, so that you can understand me a little bit better.
Okay.
It's a tool. The separation is why the show fucking exists. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna make me now ask like more questions that aren't right here because now I really want to pick your brain. Okay, so
I'm listening.
what do you do to feel more in tune with the creator or with the universe or just more in tune? Whatever it is that you do to feel more in tune.
You guys gotta pray. I do not, but do it. Do it. The reason is because I've worked on myself so long, bro, to just, it's in you. It's already in you, gang. You don't really, the reason prayer is difficult, gang, is because you aren't certain of what you need to be manifesting, that you've already been manifesting, that you need, versus what you've already been manifesting that you don't at all need. You can't be certain of what you need to ask God for and what hardships you need to be accepting right now to go through. You can't be certain. And a lot of the time people hit their knees and they manifest the positivity, not realizing that their current negativity that is unmanifested is exactly what they need to get to the very place they need to be. But what will you ask for every time? To ease the pain, just as your Christ did. You will ask for less pain, less everything, less hardships and less everything. You will ask for the spirit to be removed from your ribs. You will ask, why, Father, have you forsaken me? Strange. When you know it all works to the good of the land. And you know you win at the end. Why exercise such doubt?
So if you are recommending prayer for others, what is it that you do that
know
brings
that
you
you're
to
doing
a peaceful
it.
place?
Know you're doing it. Know you're doing it. Know you're doing it. Because you're doing it. And every single time you looked up and every single time you leaned back into that beautiful warm bosom, it said what? You're doing it. Keep on going. You got this. Grace. 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 Keep going. Y'all motherfuckers keep looking back at the bitch saying it's gonna say something different this time? It don't got you this time? What happened? You ain't here right now watching it? Oh, it failed you last time. It didn't? Oh. So what am I praying? What is you praying for? Oh, okay.
Next question.
You got it.
Kindred spirits. What do you know about it?
Boy. Okay, you got to have a doppelganger somewhere, right? There's got to be someone, like there's got to be similarities in the verses. I don't believe that. Like, if you look at God of this planet and you acknowledge the God of this planet, it made redundancies. Like, pretty fast. Pretty fast. A lot of things are built on the 3. A lot of things are built on the 7, if you guys are in your word. A lot of things are built on the 12. That's your 4 3s. That's your 3. It gave you the redundancies to see the pattern in it. So if you can see the pattern in it, you can tune in right with it, gang. And it wrote its frequencies embedded in its pattern. Is this too much? I don't want to get in. Okay. It wrote its frequencies embedded in its pattern, and its pattern is embedded in your cells. It's a sequence. It's a sequencing of numbers, and those sequencing of numbers build upon your reality. Okay.
Now, would you happen to have any of those numbers?
Yeah, the 3, the scripture hits you guys. The scripture hits you hard. But more so, it's really the supreme one, of course, because we don't know how the 1 got here, and we don't know if 1 is even possible. So 1 is supreme. We don't know how 1 or 0, if nothingness is actually achievable. So 0s and 1s are always the most powerful. 2.
Are you talking about numerology?
Yes, non-specifically. I know.
You know what you remind me of?
No.
A philosopher.
Yeah.
This reminds me of like when I was in philosophy class. That was almost my major. Because everything
minor.
is a question.
You got it, Jim. You got it.
I know.
That was my minor. That was my minor.
And you sound like the philosophy professor.
You guys got me. Like we were playing a game when we. But I remember when we were at a hotel and we were playing some wacky game.
Ooh.
But you guys were I don't remember. It was a board game or a card game or something like that. How we always do. But the question was,
the one about the signs?
Yes. No. It was a year back. The game's not important, but it was a question of who would you like to be your teacher in school. and everybody in the room picked me. So it's just for you to say.
Did I pick you?
Yeah, you did. You did. Class picked me. Everybody picked me. Like, yo, I want this kid to be my school teacher. So for you to say philosophy teacher, it's just, that's lit. But that's my goal, bro. My goal was to join that shit. My goal was to join philosophy with religion, with the music. It became the numbers within the harmonics, within the spirituality, within the cells, and it is the same, champ. It's in the same. But I found it in the 3. But I think that was the number that I was supposed to. That was the number that was going to synchronize with my style of life.
3?
3, yes.
That's one of my favorite numbers. 3 and 7.
It's hard to dodge.
I don't know why. Just ever since I was younger.
It's hard to dodge. And I'm an 11. And it's
You're
hard
an
to dodge.
11?
That's my numerology path number. So
my daughter is an 11.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a 1.
Me too. 2. Yeah. Times 2. Yeah. Times 2.
By the way, this is non-alcoholic in case somebody was thinking something out there.
Man, that love one was rough. That love one was rough. That was a hard one.
Okay.
That was a hard one.
Soulmates.
Feelings about love. Ouch. Yes, of course. You know why? Because you're small. You're tiny. And you know what? You're 2 people that made you. That gravity was tiny too. And they put you in a tiny environment. And that tiny environment had tiny ass people just like you in it. And they were good doing what? Thinking tiny as fuck too. So guess what? That tiny city and that tiny pool, of course you were going to meet that tiny woman. And then when you met that tiny woman, guess what you thought? Big shit. Isn't that funny? You thought massive shit. Your ass been in this tiny ass fucking... Guys, we're fishing a pond, okay? If you've seen the fish in a pond experiment, you'll get it, okay? Guys, your soulmate is around the corner. You know how they know, and you know how I know? You were going to take 3 heartbreaks. You were going to get over the second one. That first one been laying on your life since. You're going to wake up the next day and you're going to do what? The exact same thing again. Because you're weak. You're weak. You're going to settle down with the first thing that comes out of high school. But you know what you're going to try to do? You're going to try to avoid that weakness. You're going to say, no, it's not her. I'm a dog, son. Big chain, big collar. You know what's going to happen? The second thing you meet coming out of high school, it's yours, bro. You can't win. You can't win. You know why? It's your soulmate. It was in your area. You went to college. It was in your area.
So did you believe in soulmates?
Yes.
Or are you saying it's not...
No, it's totally
a such thing as soulmates. It's just a matter of close proximity to a person?
Literally, yes. But I'm saying the same thing all at once. That's literally the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
All right.
Now dig this. In 2012, that answer's wrong, though. I just gave you the old school 70s perspective. The truth is if you can tap into Instagram, Brody, you actually gotta find your fucking soulmate, dog.
What if you
That's the new trick, bro, is that you have the potential to find any woman on the planet. Find her then, Brody. That's the new trick. So if you don't believe in soulmates and you don't believe that she's right around you, gang, and you don't believe that it's based on close proximity, then don't. Find her. Prove me wrong. But I'm telling you, your soulmate's going to be within 50 miles, nigga. And you know that. And you know why that is. Oh! They mad at you, boy. They mad. Hey, bring you back next week.
Twin flames. How about that?
Twin flames. What the fuck is twin flames? That's them 2 Asian broads at the club last week. we lost 5 racks on the twin flames. Yeah. Oh goodness. You don't tell them about the twin flames. Oh god. Pyromania, y'all. Pyrotechnics, that's my safe word. Look, I told Lord Story, don't put the fire out. I had to stop short. Hot.
Do you believe in astrology?
Yes, ma'am. As I talked about gravity.
You talked about that?
Yeah, loosely when I spoke on love.
Okay.
Just the thing that binds, the laws of attraction, the thing that binds 2 people.
Okay.
It is kind of inexplicable, but I choose to explain it by, bro, you're drawn to this person. It's a gravity there. It's just a gravity there. I don't. it's similar to the term of God. It's just me giving a term to some shit that I don't really actually know how it's possible. But
so you do believe in astrology?
yes, because you're drawn to things. As surely as the moon is drawing the water away from the earth, it's drawing our blood away from the earth as well, because we're 70%, 90% water. So the super, as I call these things, supernatural. You are born at this time. That time comes with a temperature, energy signature, and timestamp.
Your birth chart.
Yes, or time in which you were swiveling around the brightest star near you.
So do you...
It's facts. You see what I'm saying? Talk to me.
So do you believe that... I'm not even going to do it.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Don't throw me a big bone. I want a milk bone at this point. Talk to me.
So do you believe that your birth chart is whatever it is at the exact time that you were born, or do you think you can just choose to identify as whatever sign you're thinking?
That's the trouble. That's not your problem. That's not even your problem, Brody. That's not even your problem. They're gonna label you however they want to fucking label you. You dig?
Yeah.
As soon as you do some feminist things, you're gonna be labeled a emotional Capricorn. As soon as you pee, it's gonna be the labels, Brody. That's why I often shy away from it. However, you guys are often very correct.
Do you mind telling everyone about your chart?
I'm a Taurus. I don't know nothing about my chart. All I know is that, like, I'm this guy. But if you looked at my chart, you'd probably be correct about me. But at the same time, if you looked at my chart, like, I could probably prove you wrong every single step. But that's just...
Okay, top 3 zodiac signs.
Oh, man. Aquarius. Scorpios eat me alive. They kill me. They take my life force. Love them to death. And then I gotta say my Tauruses, but I don't really interact with a lot of Tauruses too much. And it's unfortunate. So yeah, Capricorns.
No, you only had 3.
What do I do? Taurus?
You said Aquarius.
Taurus, Aquarius.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
And Taurus.
Yeah.
Top 3?
Yeah. Yep. Top 3. Yep.
Okay. Tell me a story about a life experience that taught you a valuable lesson.
Oh wow, that's extremely broad. Okay.
It has to be like one specific experience that you learned that you were taught a valuable lesson.
Okay. Oh man. I made it to Dayton on foot.
You what?
From Indianapolis, Indiana. So like I made it to Dayton on foot from Indianapolis, Indiana. It's a 95-mile jog. So what I learned in between there and Indianapolis was you got it. Like you literally got it. You got it.
You walked 95 miles?
Ran, jogged, and then...
The entire time?
I hit
entire time?
Nope. I made it 70, 80 miles outside of Indy.
The entire time?
60. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did it on
walking.
Biker on foot. Yeah, on biker on foot. Yes. Biking, running, jogging.
Wait,
foot,
all
yes.
together or
yes,
one?
All together. It took me 5 days. All together, yes. It's possible.
I really want to do that.
It's possible.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy. His name is David Goggins.
Mm-mm.
He ran like 100+ miles.
Yeah, it's possible.
I really want to do that. So what valuable lesson did you learn through that?
It's possible. You can do it. Do it.
So you feel like it taught you that some of the constraints that we put on ourselves and think that are impossible are actually possible? Is that kind of like the
Good
lesson
question,
that you
June.
learned?
No, it did not teach me that. It was my opportunity to prove that to myself.
So you got proof of that?
Yes. That's key for me, champ.
Yeah.
I listen to people, bro. I really do listen to people. But I got to test out that fucking knowledge, bro. I got to test out what that human just said to me. It is not enough. I am going to do what you said. I am. It better fold out. Because otherwise, I'm going to come back to you with a big smile and a little bit better and say, hey, bro, you were cap.
Right.
And I'm better than you now. Seriously. That's what the smile means.
Right.
I don't have to say that.
So do men value women and do women value men in your perspective?
You'd have to specify that, June. You'd have to get a little more specific. Yes,
well,
they value
in which
us, of course.
ways that are worth mentioning that come to your mind when you think of the ways that men value women and the ways that women value men? Or how, I guess another way to put that was like, how do you feel that women add value to you or a specific woman? And how do you feel that you as a man, well, let's just start with one question at a time.
June, we struggle with this type of thing. It's like if I'm not seeing, big tits at a fucking, like, it's weird. It's weird. We're stupid and very temperamental. Very temperamental and stupid. Okay. A woman can help me by, yeah, that was a misogynistic answer already. Can you repeat the question?
In which ways do you feel that
it's fucking value.
A woman adds value to you?
A woman adds value to me. A woman adds value to me because she does. She does.
Oh, no.
She adds so much value.
You have to get into a specific.
No, she does. She does. I know
okay,
she does.
in which ways?
I'm about to tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm about to tell you. Nourishment, guys. Cooking. Sustenance. That's my lady. For sure.
Nourishing and cooking? No, those aren't bad. I'm not saying that.
Okay. I'm gonna cry now. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay.
Let's dive deeper into this question.
Please don't. Please don't. My toe's burning. I just dabbed a toe in there. It's hot as some motherfucking this food. It's hot as some motherfucking this food. Okay. Women provide value in multiple ways. Child rearing, of course. And I hate to say that.
No. I said, which ways do a woman add value to you?
What? Fuck. Why do you have to keep doing that? I'm a fucking musician. I don't need that broad to do anything but watch my fucking kids. I gotta be in the stew. I gotta get to stage handing. I gotta put in this fucking work to put some mouth. She's gotta.
It was at this moment that he knew.
She adds value to me by doing that. Nothing. So I can do every fucking thing.
Okay. All right. Let me just pour up on that.
You know what we're talking about? That addition to by subtraction thing that we were just talking about? I didn't articulate it as that, but sometimes somebody's in position to be a fucking obstacle.
I don't really know if I heard any value in that.
I'm speaking on the value. Are you guys aware of Mike Tyson the Great says everybody's got a game plan until they get hit in the mouth. Are you aware of the value of the punch in the mouth?
I heard.
Are you aware of the value of the thing that sets you off course?
So you feel that the women add value to you
by punching you? Yes, and I hate that I didn't have a better crank up to that, and that was a shit show, but that is actually, yes. That is what I wanted to say.
Damn. I mean, oh.
Good luck at it.
I'm sorry.
Good luck at it. I tried. Great question.
All right. Next question. Let's see if I could find the.
Look like I'm bringing the mic closer.
All right. How do you add value to a woman?
I struggle, especially being in Las Vegas. I struggle. It's
you struggle
hard.
adding value to
adding
a woman?
value, and not gang. She's asking me about adding value, not pussyfooting and believing or thinking or trying. She's not asking me a up in the air question. She's asking me how I add fucking value. I struggle, especially in being in Las Vegas. It's hard to add value to a female outside of monetary sustenance, outside of keeping the roof over my wife's head. It's hard to spend time and spend quality time, June. You know what I'm saying. It's hard to be there, but also be present. And like I've been telling you this entire time, I'm choosing that verbiage on purpose. I believe Dad's doing his job by being there. And that's just me being a simp ass man. If dad's fucking there, he's killing it. That's what I personally believe, and that's real for me, bro. However, if I'm being honest and transparent with myself, he's got to be present, bro. And that's backbreaking. That's backbreaking, bro. Because I was present at the job. I am trying to be present with my wife. And now that I need to be present with the entire unit, it's hard, Brody. It's hard, Brody. Bringing in the money is also difficult. It's not easy. It's difficult. It's not simple. Or it is simple. It's not easy. The execution is to pick this up, lift it over there, tell these people to do this. Very simple tasks. Is the execution easy? No, it is not. No, it is not. Everything's always different.
So do you feel that men have it harder than women?
There is no harder. There is no harder.
Do you think it's just different?
Yes, you said
Okay.
it. You said it. The man in jail, man, he's got it hard, but the rich guy always pokes fun at him and says, man, you got 3 hots in a cot. Even the middle class man always says, you got 3 hots in a cot. And it's our jealousy poking through because he can be lazy. But we would not switch spots.
Yeah,
we
that's
would not,
deep.
Jim. No, we would not.
That's deep.
No, we would not.
So next question is, why do you think we're here on Earth?
Outside of procreation, I think the system was, we're really good at mining gold. I'll just leave it at that.
Sorry.
I'll just leave it at that.
No, like why do you think we're like our
hope not.
purpose here on Earth
I hope
to
not.
mine gold
I
or
hope not.
procreate?
I know that it is our purpose to procreate. Yes,
Do you believe in an afterlife?
certainly. I think it is unfortunately self-designed as fuck. So you could have like really been designing it at age 6 and got some darkness in your life and like really set up like stage 18 of your heaven, and you are not gonna like the way that it looks when you get there. You know what I mean? Like kind of. It's all conspiracy theory thing. Nothing that I'm saying is based on like, this is not truth. This is just all my opinion. But like, yeah, I believe that.
So you don't believe it's true?
Yes, I believe your perspective of the afterlife depicts where your gravity goes when it dissipates. I do think that your perspective and where your perspective wants to navigate, or something that you would call your spirit, the ghost camera, I believe that it can go where it wants to go when you pass away. But I do also believe that there's a certain type of control that you had throughout your life that you might have been unaware that you had, but you were building that afterlife this entire time. I believe in equal opposite reaction. So I believe your entire life up to the last second, boom, you were building your afterlife with your perspective, your actions, just like scripture says, pretty much. Only I believe that it's actually all you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
I hope not, but I do really believe in it, Brody. But I hope it's not true. Like, I hope I'm not
Okay.
correct about that. I really hope I'm not.
You don't
Because
want to come back?
if your energy is recycling, it's going to recycle into the dirt around you. You got to ask the minister about that one, and the minister will tell you become worm food, and then those worms become other bodies, and they die, and they dissipate into the soil, which becomes rocks, sediment. You may one day in 1,000 years become volcano, which may go back, and then you will be reincarnated in 1,000,000 as another human. Yes, certainty. Certainty, or a dolphin in the water, or a piece of sediment that a dolphin will drink. And like the cycle of creation is inherent in the body of her, which is your planet, or your gravity, which is why I always kind of.
So I noticed that you just said something when you were referring to the scripture, and you were kind of like saying you believe it's just like how it was, except you think it's you. Was that an implication that you believe that that we're gods?
The Christ told you that. The Christ does announce that, hey, I'm amongst you too. You are like I. And the Christ did announce to you in the Psalm, or the Christ did announce to you that you were supposed to be a little God. He did announce to you that. And as I always say, if you dive into the Quran teachings or the Nation of Islam, they always go into the Bible and say, hey, bro, your
That's
guy
right
was
there,
telling
yeah.
your guy was telling you these same things. Don't look at it as like pro-black kind of thing. But yes, Yes,
Okay.
because the deity and multitude of deities, there's a similarity between the biologic sequence.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, what brought you to your belief system?
Acid, LSD. LSD. And that is the truth. That's the truth, gang.
You know what? So I'm not lying. Hold on. I got to show you this now.
Go ahead.
Okay. I can't spell, so don't laugh.
Go ahead. Psychedelics. I'm telling you, gang.
This
I'm
was
telling
a
the truth.
question that I took out of here.
Go ahead.
I didn't
Yes.
finish it, but I probably didn't spell that right.
Yeah. No,
But
you were forgetting a piece.
I know.
You spelled it perfectly.
I put psychedelics. Have you ever? And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, I'm not going to ask him that.
Yeah.
And then you just blurted it out. So
Yeah.
you've tried that?
Yes. It changed my thought process at a foundational level. Yes.
And which ones did you say that you tried?
LSD. I've tried
sorry.
psilocybin, like shrooms. I've recently tried DMT.
You tried DMT?
Yes.
How did you get? I mean, I'm sorry. I know you can't say that.
I can't. No. I obviously couldn't tell you.
I'm
how I
like,
got
so
my
where
hands on
was
DMT.
exactly? What's the number? I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
No, but okay.
But I did
so-
get it in a pen format. Safe
Okay, wait.
format.
So let's just slow it down because
I'm listening.
now I want to ask you like specific questions.
Okay.
So let's go with the. Okay, so let's go back.
Okay.
You said the proof that brought you to your belief system
The
was
proof.
psychedelics.
Indeed, you asked the right question. That was the proof.
Okay, so let's
I've
talk
obviously read the
about
Bible.
first
I had to go
experience.
through the walk. Yes, talk to me.
Let's talk about first experience
Yes.
with psychedelics. Which one was it?
First experience with psychedelics was actually marijuana. You just have a psychedelic style experience because you have small doses of psilocybin in the chemical. Very tiny. Very
Okay.
tiny. Your first experience with microdosing is more than likely in your marijuana.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So is that when you had your first proof that brought you to your belief system, or
Oh no! I mean,
was it a
drugs
psychedelic?
Drugs don't like actually make you like me. I came along the thought of Sonder. I came along the thought of Sonder when I was like 6. I was in the backyard talking to my older brother, who's my late older brother. Looked up in the sky and saw a plane and said, "All those people have lives. Do you understand that?" In a way that I didn't necessarily understand that. And my brother said, looked at me directly in the eyes and said, "Yeah." Turned his head a little bit. But I understood what Sonder was. I understood what it was to be my universe only mattered to me. It did not matter to anybody else on that plane. And to even one person on that plane, his universe did not matter to the person to the left of him. And their universe didn't matter to the person behind them. But yet they were all in the same thing. And they had no idea that I was staring at them talking about them.
Wow, that's true.
Came to that when I was about 6 years old. I got my I came to that when I was about 3 or 4 years old. Got my hair cut the next year is when I truly attained true conscious. And I remember walking out of the barbershop that day to see Cadillacs across the street that I was on. I'm there now. I could be there. But yes.
When you got your haircut?
Yes, that's when I gained true consciousness. I can remember thoughts into
And what
2
was-
years old, 3 years old, and 4
What
years
was
old.
memorable about that haircut, or what do you think
It
triggered
woke
that?
me up. It like you know how people say you're woke. Mm-hmm. Okay, have you ever done shrooms or a psychedelic?
I have not.
Okay, have you ever had an outer body drug experience?
Drug experience with a drug?
Any drug, yeah, any
No.
drug. Oh wow, you got a strong psyche.
Yeah.
Your best bet would be to probably lose control.
I love meditation, and I love
Talk to me. You're always in control. Yeah, meditation.
dreaming and stuff like that.
Here you go.
So,
Here you go.
but so we're gonna go back to this
Yes, I'm
psychedelics
listening.
though. So
Yes.
that first
Yes, but I'm not like
experience, because
my
when I
mother blessed me
initially
with
asked
Christianity.
you,
My name is Gabriel. Like they built a mosque up 38th Street that I was allowed to gravitate to. Supernatural things that I could not even describe to you. Me telling my parents my house was on fire and them not listening to me 2 times, and then the third time me going out there and saying, "Hey guys, our house is on fire," and then everybody listening to me. People doubting me thrice, and thrice he denied me. There's different connections that I have. Me waking up one day on acid and finding the cross in the middle of my hand. Small things. But this is my path. It's not everybody's fucking path. This shit hurts me, bro.
So you're saying, is that like your way of saying you're not promoting it, but you're just
No,
talking about
I'm
your
not,
own experience?
just like I told these guys, I'm not promoting non-prayer. I'm promoting prayer.
Right.
I don't do it.
So would you say that you are rooted with some of the morals and things from Christianity and from the nation?
I would like to say that. The truth is that I'm a renegade and I actually blow them all off. And I actually only do what I would like in the ism that I've designed.
Okay.
Which if I'm to be in front of these people and actually say it, it would have to be Gabrielism. And I'm not starting a cult, so it's not called Gabrielism.
Okay.
But the truth is that all these Americans and you guys and everybody's designing the exact same thing. You have Judaism. You do not believe in the exact same symmetry that I believe in. I was just talking to the homie. His Jesus is a little darker than mine is. My Jesus looks a little more like me and has a little longer beard and is a little more light skinned. Neither one of us are wrong. His God looks away in his head. It looks away. Mine can't look anyway. Otherwise, it is not infinite. A lot of people aren't willing to live a life, an entire life like that. It's hard. It's hard.
So back to the psychedelic experience. What was your first experience and what was it with?
My first psychedelic experience was with LSD. It was a one hit of LSD, and it was profound. I had a racist experience that night. I had a awkward experience from the universe. It was the most profound experience that I've even had in life till this day. It showed me what America actually was, and I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it because I already knew what America was. I'm a kid that grew up in desegregation. When I was desegregation is a process in which white Americans bus inner city black children to their neighborhoods to make it seem like they're integrated. That process just ended in 2003. I was a part of that process until I was a freshman in high school.
Wow.
So I was gifted with a curse, so I'm not the same. I know what's under this bitch.
Right.
I know what America's got for us. So
this most recent experience with DMT, can you describe what that experience was like?
Yes. So the initial takeoff of DMT is very visceral. You get a inner ear shake. Your brain somewhat it interprets a vibration. You start to somewhat shake in place. Immediately as the frequency in your brain locks in and you start to shake, your reality will, what they will call, or what Salvador Dali used to call in his paintings, mold in front of you. If you've seen a Salvador Dali painting, I'm not sure if you've seen the oxen and he's got like the clock. And
no, but now I want to look it up.
Yeah,
what's the name?
Salvador Dali. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just makes surrealist paintings. If you want to look up some of his stuff, Salvador Dali.
Okay, keep going though.
But he just basically looks like everything is melting around him. So basically everything that's around you that forms symmetry in your mind will form to the closest symbol of symmetry in your brain. So if you're looking at something and you think it looks like a face, it will form the most visual face and visceral face you've ever really comprehended in your mind's eye. It will just form a face.
like this.
Exactly. Things start to form and form shapes. This isn't that's not a cow with a clock over it, or that's not a cow or a horse with a saddle on it. It's
Okay.
just, you see what I'm saying? Your mind makes symbols. Picasso did this extremely well. He would put two dots next to each other and a line under them, and the human eye is naturally making a face. Your eye wants to find some relation point with all images that you see. So whether you see the front nose of a car,
I've seen that like on Brain Games.
it's always a face. Because we want to identify with it, and what we identify with most is I identify. So
Okay.
face.
So was that experience, did that give you any proof about your belief system?
Not really, because I had already hit kind of this emotional apex with my past psychedelics. Mm-hmm. You have to, if I would have hit DMT maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it probably would have had a massive effect on me. However, being where I'm at and seeing as many visuals as I have, the most profound thing of DMT was the messages. And I'm not sure if I can really speak on that right now. But I can speak on the visual aspects of it, and that is, you do know that you are seeing something that is what I would describe as cross the 5th and 4th dimension. It's something that looks like an overlay. So it's like it's not 3D. It's not it's not in a dimension to where you're just having to feel it. It's something that is in between. You can see it. You can see it.
Now, I've like heard about people having different reactions from doing psychedelics and things like that. And the one that I do remember a lot of people saying like the same similar thing with the DMT was like, they said they literally were like one with the creator and everything. So, and then you also said you had an experience with mushrooms. Did you say
yes,
that?
Of course. But
was that different? Like a different type of? Are they all different?
It's all different. It's all different. But that's why I hesitate always to reach towards a connection to the creator, because these are all extensions, and only mainly our Christian brothers and sisters get distracted in this being the one connection to get to it. In our drugs, we can realize that if you want to reach said nirvana, there's actually infinite ways to it. You could have been doing Kundalini and sitting here and gotten to the exact same place I just did by getting a $20 chemical that is taken dozens of years of scientific research.
Yeah, I've heard of that too, and I wanted to try that.
It works. It works. I got breathing techniques in the sauna.
I love being in the sauna too. That's actually like a stress reliever for me, anxiety reliever, everything. It's like my peaceful place.
You're stronger in there, bro. You can get your manifestations off way harder, but you're making it the difficult way. So you're kind of getting this ×2 multiplier kind of thing, because you're exercising underwater kind of thing. You're hindering yourself a little bit, exercising with some resistance.
Okay, so I think you kind of answered this question a little bit earlier, because I said, are women and men equal here? But I think you said that one wasn't over the other. You just kind of said they were like different.
Yes, they are equal then. If that's the current question, yes, they are equivalent.
Okay. And do you think like that men and women have like different roles to fulfill, or do you think?
Certainly. But that's just the roles, like the gentleman said, the roles are dictated heavily by society.
Okay.
By society.
And you did speak a little bit earlier about tapping into your femininity to be relatable to women. Do you feel like there are things that apply to men specifically when it comes to like masculinity, and then things specifically that apply to women when it comes to femininity?
Yes.
Do you consider yourself an alpha male?
I don't consider myself, but I'm sure the beta males probably would consider me an alpha male, yes.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's how I have to live my life. As a light-skinned man, I don't get to choose where I go. And you feel me. And I wish I could laugh in this instant at it. I really do.
So I
can't choose where I go.
So do you prefer or have a preference as far as like masculine or feminine women?
Ooh. Maybe we can close down after this game. Yes, I do. However, preferences is never what I'm greeted with, and it's never what I'm going to be greeted with. What I prefer, beautiful slut, swallow me down, get me right, cook a southern meal, beautiful wings, you know what I'm saying, get me right. That is never what I'm going to attract or get. What I'm going to attract, because I'm a masculine, fatherly, kind, loving musician, I'm going to attract broken women who need a father figure, and women who struggle in life with leadership. So that's what I always get.
Wow.
I never get what I want. And a lot of our women out there, if you're watching this, and a lot of our fellas out there, if you're watching this, if you're not getting what you want, it's the design of it. It's because you're probably headed towards what you fucking need. And what you need is probably not going to be what you want. And the problem of this entire time is probably because you've been getting what you want.
Okay. All right, let's do this last question.
Okay.
Do you believe in destiny, or do you believe in multiple paths? And tell me if you need me to break that down more. Because I'm that type of person. Like, I know when someone asks me a question, like, I want so much clarity on the specific question.
No, but just you have to accept my convoluted answer.
Oh, goodness.
You have to, you kind of have to make a commitment to accept.
Do you want me to repeat it?
No.
Okay.
I'm well versed in space-time things.
Okay.
Like I love the relativity aspect.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, repeat it.
Do you believe in destiny, or do you believe in multiple paths? And do you want me to elaborate?
No.
Okay.
So, if I believe in destiny and not multiple paths, I would have to be the only Gabriel. And I would have to be under the strict assumption that I am the only Gabriel and that this only Gabriel is taking one very particular path, correct? That would be what you would say is destiny, right? I'm listening.
So it would be like so I was saying what destiny is like no matter what path you go down, you're always going to be destined to end up in the same place no matter what. Like you're always going to end up there.
Yes.
And then, or do you believe in multiple paths, like how we were talking about earlier, like with the butterfly effect? Like depending on which way that you do certain things can completely change the outcome. Or do you think that there's always going to be this one specific outcome no matter what path or which road you take?
Yes.
That's the last question.
Okay.
Give us a good answer.
Okay. I gotta throw my Marvel guys this one.
Okay.
I gotta throw my Marvel guys
Let's do
this
it.
one.
I just got like all into that, so I know
Excellent.
I'm up to date.
Okay, excellent.
Let's
okay,
go.
gang. So this is the play. The play is, do you know, are you aware of what's around the corner? If you're certain of what's in the future, then yeah, you can take a seat back, you can relax, you can live your life as you want to live your life and not be a least bit worried about whether you're doing the right or wrong thing. The other side of this coin is this. If you know the future, I know exactly where I'm going to go. I know my destiny is certain. What is the motivation stopping me from sitting here and doing nothing and saying, okay, God, prove it?
That's always what
I could waste 10 minutes of your time sitting here on this very podcast saying, okay, make me give it to you. Make me show you my destiny. If you're believing your Christian self or Muslim self on the other side of this, that I am Jabril or Gabriel or reincarnated, whatever the fuck I am, and you're believing my destiny is to do this at this time or do this at this time, or I don't have a choice to do this. Fantastic. What if I'm a Buddhist though and I sit my fucking ass down right here like I really am and don't do anything? There's a film about it. Will Ferrell. It's called Stranger Than Fiction. And the universe just starts acting on his ass. His ass is in his apartment just trying to chill and stay out of the way. Wrecking ball comes through his window. Because that's the truth of it, gang. That's the real truth of it. Is this stranger than fucking fiction? All the fake stories, they came from this reality, gang. All that crazy shit they told you about, it all came from this reality. And they've done crazier, nastier, worse shit in this reality than they've ever thought to just fantasize about to us. That's not the destiny. But if I am to negate destiny, I am only to be ignorant and go forth and do whatever the fuck I was going to do before. Because the truth is, I am never certain. I can't know, June. I can't know if this is the way that I die. Today was to have this conversation, come in here, drink too much, allow these people to stay too late, and end it. You know what the fuck I'm going to do? Go out exactly as confidently as I came in. Drive the same way, 10 and 2, as I did when I came in. And get to the crib. Because I don't know, guys. Destiny, if it is a certainty, it is such a conundrum to where you can't even know of the certainty.
Because when you got to it, how would you know?
Bang! Bang!
And that's all, folks.
Looney Tunes, not Looney Tunes. God damn it. Fruity Loops, not Fruity Loops. God damn it. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Don't say you don't know one show. I see you. She has that kind of love to put you in a I see you. She put that thing on me. Voodoo. She put that thing on me. Voodoo. She sauced my spaghetti, made me ready. As I fall like confetti, I'm a slave to the night.